Namaskar, welcome back to eLearners Hub. You are watching ASP.NET series, and in this video we will see how to use validation controls in ASP.NET. So let's jump to the demonstration and see how validation controls can be implemented in ASP.NET. So this is a sample form that I have designed, so where we are accepting the first name, last name, email ID, age, password, and we are also asking the user to re-enter the password and select a gender. So in this form we will be implementing the validation controls. So you can see validation controls by going to the toolbox, and in the toolbox you will see there the validation controls here. So click on validation, expand the validation tree here, and you see validation control. So you can see all the validation controls that we saw in the slide: validation summary, validation required field validation validator, regular expression validator, range validator, custom validator, and compare validator. So we will see how to implement these validation controls. Now you want to make compulsory for the user to fill all the fields or all the fields in your form. So we require the required field validator. So required field validator will take care of implementing or forcing the user to fill the data into the available field or the control. So required field validator. So for all the text boxes, all the fields that we are using, we require the user to fill in the data. So we will require the required field validator for all the controls. So we'll place the required field validator. All the controls are to be compulsorily filled by the user. So required field validator. For these also we'll have the required field validator. So the required field validator, now we'll look at the properties of required field validator. Now the very first property we see is error message. So what is the error that you want to display when if the user is not filling the field? So now here we want the user to enter the first name. So what is the error that you want to display? So we enter the error message here. So see, please enter first name. Then what is the color of the error that you want to display? So we'll simply say red, and you can see the color of the error has changed. Then set focus on error. So that is, if the user fails to fill up this field, you will see that the cursor remains there itself. So the cursor won't go ahead. And then we have the control to validate. Now which control do you want to validate? So we have these text boxes. So this text box is a txt fname. So we need to specify which control you want to validate. So when you click on the control to validate property, so here you will see all the text boxes appearing here, names of the text boxes. So we want the first name. So this control has to be validated. So similarly we set the settings for each of these controls. So we will complete these settings here for other controls also. So control to validate txt last name, text we want to display please for color red, error message. So for the radio buttons, now we will select the radio button list here. So control to validate. So now we have made the validations for all the fields. So just have a look at how it appears. So we'll run the program. So now if you don't enter any values and straightly click on the button, you will see all the validations appearing here. So the moment you type in something, the validation goes off. Now we haven't set any format for email. So now here you can see the validations are the error messages are going. So as validations, so now here we can see that the validations are working. So this is how we can use the required field validator. So now apart from the required field validator, we may require some additional validators. So like for email, we require the validator that will validate the email address. So here we will go for the again toolbox, and here you can see regular expression validator. So we'll implement a regular expression validator. Again the properties for the controls are same. So what error you want to display, so we can say invalid email ID. So if the user enters the wrong email ID, then the fore color is red. Which control you want to validate, so we want to validate the email control. So you can have more than one validation controls applied to any control. Set focus on errors, true, and yeah. So these are the this is the regular expression validator. Now apart from these properties, regular expression validator also has validation expression, that is which validation you want to implement. So now you can implement any expression that you want. So now here you can see there are few regular expressions that are available ready-made. So here you can see the French phone number, French postal code, and so on. You can also create your own custom validation. So now we want to use the email, so we'll use the internet email address, and here this is what it shows you, internet email address, and click on OK. So we also set the validation expression, that is the regular expression that will validate the email ID entered by the user. So this is what is the regular expression validator. Then for age we will use the validator that now if you want to accept the age between say some range, maybe some 18 years and above and below 60 years, so we can go for the validator, that is the compare validator. We can go for the range validator, so where you can specify the range of age that you want to accept from the user. So say if, now here we will use the error message age should be between 18 and 60. The error color control to validate, so now we want to validate the age, and set focus. Now set focus on error will place the cursor back into the field, that is this text box. Then for passwords, now if you want to compare these two fields, like what the user has entered here and what the user has entered here, so whenever you want to compare the passwords or compare any two fields, then we use the compare validator. So we can just have the compare validator here and say passwords do not match. Okay, and the fore color is red. Control to compare. Now which control you want to compare? So you want to compare the control with the password one. So now this field has to be compared with this field. So that is what we see here, control to compare. So control to compare is txt password, and control to validate is txt re-enter password. So these are the two fields here. Again you can place the set focus on error. So this is how we can have more than one validation controls applied to any ASP control that we are using. So let's run this program again and let's see how it works. Yeah, one more thing in range validator. Now in range validator, if you want to accept the age between 18 and 60, then we have two more properties that I missed out. So the maximum value, so what is the maximum value that you want to check for, and what is the minimum value that you want to check for? So we want to check for the ages between 18 and 60. So this is what you have to specify for the range validator. So let's run the program and see how it works. So first we'll just click on the button. So here you can see we have the required field validators. So we'll enter the values. So all the errors are going. So if I enter some wrong email ID, so here you can see an invalid email ID. So @.com. So this was a valid email ID. Age. Now I will enter the age 12. You can see the second error has displayed that age should be between 18 and 60. So say 19, error has gone. Now password, say ABC and ACD. So passwords do not match. So again regular expression, say ABC. And if I don't select any option, so that is by default an error. So once I select the option, the error is removed. So this is how the validation works. Now one thing you must have recognized, when we don't enter anything, you'll see the error appears here. So this is what is a required field editor, required field validation error. And if I enter some age that is not proper, the error appears here. So we can adjust this by using one property. So wherever we are using more than one validator, so you can select the validator and here you'll see display. In display you can make it dynamic. So the display, wherever we have more than one validator controls or validation control, we can change the display to dynamic. And again now we'll see what happens when we make the change display to dynamic. So now I submit. So this is all required validator. So again I'll say so now enter the wrong age. So now you'll see that the error was appearing here for in the previous run. Now you'll see the error appears here itself. So the error position has changed. So earlier it used to appear here, but now it is appearing here. So this is what is the dynamic display property does. So it changes the error position. Passwords do not match. Again you can see the error position and select. So this is how we can implement the validation control errors, validation controls to our form. So this is how we implement the required field validator, range validator, compare validator, regular expression validator. So in the next video we will see how to implement validation summary, or how to use validation summary control for applying the validations. So if you like the video, please click on the like button and share your views and suggestions in the comments below, and encourage us by subscribing to our channel. And please do not forget to click on the alert bell so that you don't miss our new videos on our channel. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care and be safe. Thank you.